Very pleased with the outcome. This has been a long process. As you know, this has been going on for about a year and a half. It was a tragic death when Lisa died July 2nd, 2009. It's been a long process. It took us about a year and a half to get to this point. The prosecutor's office is very satisfied with the outcome. The jury had a tough case to consider, and we believe that they reached the right conclusion. And so we're very satisfied with the outcome of the case. There's been a lot of work put into this case by my staff at the prosecutor's office, the Wabash County Sheriff's Department, the Indiana State Police, among others. And it took a lot to put this case together. It took us almost 3 weeks to try the case, but I'm very satisfied on how this turned out.
Talk about what it's like emotionally to go through such a long trial. Obviously, you have some good days, some bad days. What is that like, the ups and downs?
Well, for me, this is the longest trial I've done. Up until this point, 7 days was the longest trial I had done, and this one nearly 3 weeks, and so there's just a lot of time and effort put into something like this. Again, not just me, but my whole staff, the Sheriff's Department, and so it's just a lot of satisfaction and a lot of relief. And again, recognize that the jury, this is a tough case for them, and there was a lot for them to consider, and they had 10 days worth of evidence that they had to go through, review, and discuss, and I think that's what led in large part, to their deliberation for 8 hours, and it was a tough but right decision that they made.
What do you think sold the case to the jury?
Well, at the end of the day, there was just a lot of inconsistent things or strange things that it's tough to explain away. Why lie to the police about what time you get home if this was an accident? He says he got home at 11:30, walks in the house 11:45. His own home video system shows that wasn't true. He's home at 8:30. Why lie about that? Just several things like that. Who calls? It's very unusual for somebody to take a person and not call 911, put them in the vehicle, and drive to the hospital. And so things like that are there's just too many inconsistencies when you look at all those things.
How about what it was like to face the family over here when you finally heard that verdict? That had to be good.
Well, recognize that they've had a tragic loss in their family. Next Tuesday would have been Lisa's 38th birthday, and they've lost a daughter, a sister, a cousin, and it's tough for them. And they have to relive this whole process, and so I think this brings some closure for them. They've lived for a year and a half without their daughter, their sister, and not knowing, and they want some answers, and I'm hoping that this process provided some of that answers for them.
As the prosecutor, the only thing you can do for the family is win this case, so how relieving is that to finally have done that?
Very relieving for me.
How about, was there any concern that you had as the deliberations were going on? Is there any point that I'm sure your mind wandered at times thinking, gosh, I hope this is something they don't get hung up on?
Sure, and you never know. You have 12 people from different backgrounds, different economic backgrounds, social backgrounds, and they're coming together, listening to this evidence, and you never know what is going to get them over that hump, so to speak. And so you never know in any trial that we do, and particularly in a case like this where it's a circumstance